Welcome to another puppy vlog, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about something shocking, and that is why you should not get a new puppy. I know you would not expect that from me, but I have some really important things I want to talk about today, so let's just jump into this video right now. This is going to serve as a hard reality for many of you, but please know I'm coming from a place of love and I'm here to help you. So let's say you already have a puppy and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm having a bit of puppy blues, or you're just having a lot of struggles. Don't worry, at the end of this video I'm going to help address some of the most difficult challenges there are with a new puppy. And so the first reason that you may not want a new puppy is lack of time. I know that with everything going on in the world right now, I'm filming this in 2021, there's a lot of people home now more than ever before, and I get it. It can be lonely, there's a lot of mental health issues, and we want a new puppy, and that's okay. I get it because I've been there. I understand the love of puppies. I mean, I'm hanging out with my mom's new puppy. Hi, this is Wallace. He's almost 7 months old, and he is a massive joy in our life. That said, we have to consider before we bring a dog, whether they're a puppy or not, the amount of free time that we have available to work with said puppy. The benefit of what's going on in the world is that my mom now works full-time from home, so it was really good timing for her to get a new puppy, Wally. And then the next reason why you may not want to get a puppy is the puppy stage. You know, the one where they're nipping more, they're jumping up more, they're having potty accidents in the house, they're having struggles with crate training, you know, all the fun times of having a puppy. That can last up to 6, 9, even 12 months of age. In fact, I've seen adult dogs at 18 months of age that really are just a big puppy, and I love them, and I actually love working with dogs like that because they're so enthusiastic to learn. How Wallace? Yeah, but that's something you need to consider. If you think that bringing home a puppy and they're going to be trained, even with the best training skills in the world in under 3 months, you are mistaken in most situations. Now, yes, there are, hi Wallace, there are many dogs out there that learn really quickly, and you could be lucky. But for most puppies out there, their puppy stage, the stage where you're gonna really need to be paying close attention, working with them, the really critical development stage of their life is between 6, 9, up to 12, 18 months of age. And that means you have a long road ahead of you and a big commitment ahead of you. But don't worry, if you're watching this, you're like, oh my gosh, I've already committed getting a puppy. I already brought my puppy home. I'm already set mentally on getting a puppy. It's okay. I can help you with these things. I'll talk about that in just a moment. Can you sit? Oh, good job. Oh, yes, there you go. We're not gonna offer, look at Wally. He's recently learned how to give his PAWA, and so now he's offering it, but I'm not gonna, yes, I wasn't gonna release the treat until he stopped throwing his paw in my face because I don't want that demanding. So if your puppy does this is just a little fun side tip. See how he's just giving both of his paws? That's great, but I didn't ask for it. And if I were to just reward him, I have a treat in my hand for this, he'll continue to always just give his paw. Yeah, oh, I was too slow. As soon as his paw goes down, I'm looking for a YES, which is my marker command. Here he goes. I got my thumb over the treat in my hand. My mom's cat behind us, lots of yes, good boy, I missed it, good job. So now, because I only asked him for an SIT, I didn't want an SIT plus paws in my face. Huh, no, good job, Now the Wally. Next reason that you may want to reconsider getting a puppy is cost. Puppies can be super expensive and you may not even realize it. And not only that, dogs in general. The lifetime cost of owning a dog can be thousands and thousands of dollars. I've actually done the math several times, and on average, if you're feeding your dog a premium raw fresh food diet, and I'll talk about my favorite dog food later in this video, if you're feeding them really optimal treats and you're getting them really good pet insurance, I'll talk about that in a minute as well, and you're just taking really good care of them, on average, owning a dog for their lifetime, which dogs can live anywhere from 15 to 18 years old, even more than that, you're looking at least $80 to $200 a month. That's kind of a big range. We'll call it $150 just to give a good average. And that's just based on the calculations that I've found. And honestly, if you have a big dog, it can get quite a bit more than that. And that's not even factoring if your dog, knock on wood, hopefully that never happens, actually has, an accident or injury or illness or special needs of some sort. That can add on cost quite a bit. Okay, guys, look how big Wally looks. He's so floofy. He's only, guys, get this, he's about 7 months old and he weighs under 40 pounds, I think like 38-ish, but he has his hair, I've measured it, it's like 6 inches long. And yes, it is groomed. I actually just gave him a bath, combed out with a metal comb, then a slicker brush, then a regular brush before and after the bath. And I found 3 mats, which is pretty amazing. for as long as his hair is, and they were easily able to come out. But he's just a long hair that doesn't seem to mat very much, which is awesome for my mom for maintenance. Oh, and if you love this bandana, it's in the shop link in my description below with a discount code. This company, the Paws, donates so much money to shelter animals and rescue animals in need, and it's adorable. They're handmade from Bali. I love the owner, very, very tiny little company. But it's important to understand that getting a new puppy is so much more than just being able to take care of it, so much more than training it, so much more than giving it proper mental stimulation and enrichment. There's also a monetary factor to it, and there are cost-efficient, cost-effective ways to do these things. It's why I recommend Trupanion Pet Insurance. It's what Wally's on. He's been on since before he even came home. My mom got pet insurance for him through Trupanion. There's links below if you want to learn more about that. Now, the next thing to consider before getting a puppy, and one reason you may not want to get a puppy right now, is if you have a lot of young children. Now, hear me out, hear me out. Within this community here, which by the way, is the best community ever, if you see people commenting in the comment section below about maybe a struggle they're having with their puppy, or they're stressed about something, maybe they're having puppy blues, can you please go comment on their comment and give them some positivity and encouragement? A lot of times people just need to hear that validation and just know that they're not alone. And because I know we have the best community ever, I would love for you to go do that. But it's okay if you're watching this and you're like, okay, I have kids and I already committed to getting a puppy. That's okay. But if you haven't yet and your kids are not super familiar with puppies, or you just have a lot going on in your household and there's a lot of noise and chaos, it likely or it may not be the best time to get a puppy. And I know that's heartbreaking for many because kids and puppies can be very, very adorable. That said, kids and puppies can be dangerous, right? And not because puppies are dangerous or kids are dangerous, but because both puppy and kid are not familiar in most situations on how to be gentle with one another and how to properly treat one another. Both of them lack the ability in most situations of having proper, safe, and healthy boundaries. A lot of kids want to wrap their arms around puppy and grab puppy and pull on puppy, and not because they're bad, but because they're learning. And puppies, they can be nippy, which if you have a nipping puppy, click the video up here or link down below, and I have lots of videos on how to stop nipping puppies. We nipped that, pun not intended, but sort of, in the bud with Wally within the first few weeks of him coming home. So I have some great tips on that linked down below. Huh, Wallace? Can you touch? Yes. Yes, good boy, touch. Yes, touch. I'm just trying to keep his attention here. Touch, good boy. Can you sit? Yes, good job, Wallace. Look at him, look at him. We're working during mealtime. This is one thing I love to do, just as a side pro tip. If you have a puppy or getting a puppy, please spend mealtime, which most puppies need to eat 3 to 4 times a day, working with them. It doesn't have to be every single mealtime, but at least half of them is the what I look for, and giving them just basic cues like I'm doing here. What I've been doing and holding the food, by the way, or the treats, is I'm only giving it to him when he uses his tongue. If he starts using his teeth at all, I don't release it, and I have it under my thumb. And the reason is he's going to learn much more quickly that way that, oh, when I don't use my teeth, I get rewarded. Maybe I should stop using my teeth. And then for the next reason why you really may not want to get a puppy is if you're not ready to get, I don't know, 5,000, 10,000 steps in a day, because with a puppy, you're gonna be on your feet a lot. Puppies need to go outside. I have my puppy potty training video linked down below, but puppies need to go outside to go potty or to their designated potty area, wherever that may be, on average, at least 2 to 4 times an hour in the very beginning. And as they grow, that gets less and less. But when we first got Wally, he was 8 weeks old, and we took him outside about twice an hour, about every 30 minutes for the first few days. Then it was once an hour, and then it was every other hour. And then it was just progressed slowly over time. But we were constantly on our feet because anytime we suspected that he needed to go potty, we were up and taking him outside, which meant anytime he was sniffing, anytime he woke up from a nap, anytime he got done playing with a toy, anytime he changed any bit of behavior, we were boom, go outside, go potty, boom, go outside, go potty. We were also working with him during mealtime, and since he ate 3 to 4 times a day and we were working with him, that means we were constantly up, moving. And it also meant that because he was little and his bladder wasn't fully developed, that we were up throughout the night. We were taking him out every 1 to 2 to 3 hours to go potty to be proactive, because I'm a big advocate of proactive puppy training. I have several videos linked down below on what I mean by that and how to do that. And these are the ways that we trained him so quickly in the beginning, but that also meant that we were barely sitting down. I mean, literally, I don't have my Apple Watch on now, but I had a pedometer essentially on my wrist, and my steps tripled when Wally was a puppy, and he still is a puppy, but he's definitely a lot less needy now that he's a little bit older. So if you're not ready for that and you have a lot going on in your day and you just don't have the time to be able to dedicate, it may not be the best time today, or you just need to look for other solutions. Is there a family member, a friend, a neighbor, somebody that can help out? Because while you don't have to necessarily do all those things, it will slow down your training with your puppy if you're not as proactive and they're just in their crate for the long time. Because a lot of you will ask me, come over here, can you sit? They want to see you. Because a lot of you will ask me, how long can a puppy stay in a crate? And to be honest with you, when they're really, really little, no more than 30 to 60 minutes before they're gonna have to go potty. And that's just a function of them not having a large enough bladder. But even as a full-grown adult, I don't recommend leaving a dog in a crate for more than 4 to 5 hours max. And that's like once a day, not even every day. And that's still a lot in my opinion. And I know people are gonna say, well, wait, what if I'm working full time and they're an adult? What do I do? Well, what we did with Finnegan and Bentley was we enlisted help from friends. I was really involved in the dog rescue community, and through that, I made a lot of connections of people that we did trade, right? Where somebody would watch our dogs and come check on them while I had to go to work when I was working corporate years ago, and I would do the same for them. So it didn't cost any money. We just traded time of watching each other's dogs. Other things you could do is actually get a pet sitter to help, family members helping, neighbors helping. There's a lot of different things you can do. It's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy, but I am going to sit here and say that it is important to at least try to do that. And one other kind of bonus thing that you may really want to consider is that if you are not sure where you're going to be living in the next 3 to 5 years, or really any length of time for that matter, really think about, are you guaranteed going to be able to go to a place if you have to move that's going to be dog friendly? As you guys have followed on my channel here, we have moved quite a bit. And I'll be honest with you, finding pet friendly places is very difficult. And most places, if you're renting, do not allow puppies. So why are we, look at them demand, yes. And so that's something you need to consider if you're going to move while your dog is a puppy. Huh, baby? Huh. Yes. Can you touch? Yes. Touch. Yes. And on that note, if you have family members and they're not on board with getting a puppy, let's say you have a spouse or, I don't know, a roommate, and they don't necessarily want a puppy, you know, it doesn't mean that you can't. It just means that you need to understand that that could cause some friction between the people in the house, because having a puppy is messy. Having a puppy is loud, it can be costly, and it takes a lot of your attention. So if you're used to having your evenings free and watching Netflix, which don't get me wrong, there are some shows that I really love. I'm not against it. Not a big TV person, but I do love my TikTok, and I am on TikTok, by the way, at RachelFusaro, but I love my TikToks and my YouTube videos, of course. But you can say goodbye to a lot of that for a little while when your puppy is really young, because they are going to take a lot of your time. Ooh, and I want to let you guys know about my new merch. I am so excited about this. I have spent so much time developing this merch for pet parents who are out there just trying to do the best that they can for their dogs. And if you're watching this and you're getting any kind of value and you're interested in the merch, you can click the description link down below. I would be so forever thankful for your support. Now, if you want to learn about my favorite kind of food for puppies, or really any dogs for that matter, you can click the video linked right here. Or if you want to learn a little bit more about the basic puppy, proactive puppy training tips, potty training, crate training, things like that, click the video linked right here. And don't forget to click that subscribe button. I hope you have a beautiful day. Goodbye.